Hello, I'm Sharon Morioka for the Alumni Association of the University of Michigan. As senior editor of Michigan Alumnus magazine, I've had the privilege of meeting many fascinating alumni and writing about their accomplishments. This was the case when I visited TechArb, the university's student business incubator, for a story about campus entrepreneurship. What I didn't expect when I sat down with the two U of M entrepreneurs was that I would have to confront my lifelong fear of cockroaches as they explained the technology behind their invention. Now you can meet the two neuroscientists at Backyard Brains who brought their love of the brain to high school science labs. I just hope you don't mind the cockroaches.
The benefits for TechArb for us have been basically the relationships that we've built within here. And so we've learned a lot from the process of going through various grants that the TechArb and the Zell Institute have done, which made us sort of really think about our business model a bit. Because I'm a gearhead, Tim's a gearhead, so we don't really know that much about business. And so I'm a biomedical engineer, and my co-founder, Tim Marzullo, is a neuroscientist. So we put our areas of strength together, and we've came up with these ideas. And what Backyard Brains does is we bring neuroscience, which has been traditionally a very complex thing, and try to make it very simple for children to even understand. Tim says he wants to make our degrees irrelevant. Like someone's like, you're a neuroscientist? Boring, I did that in high school. And that would be great if that comes to the day where that happens, because that way everyone knows about this.
Yeah.
There he is.
Okay. You know.
Hi, I'm Greg Gage.
And I'm Tim Marzullo, and together we represent
Backyard Brains.
I have a bunch of lizards at home, and I feed them crickets, and some of them escape. And I would be watching TV late at night, and in the silhouette, I'd see a little cricket in the distance. And I was kind of wondering, you know, those things show some kind of complex behaviors. They've got a nervous system too. I wonder if I can study it. And then what else came into play, Greg, for...
That's where we had the self-imposed challenge. Can you record one spike for less than $100? A neuron basically produces electronic pulses, which are called spikes. And what we invented was this thing called the spiker box, which was a very simple circuit and very simple design that reduces all the cost and basically allows you to record your own neurons and do your own experiments for less than $100. The idea is that you can go in your backyard, capture a bug, and even though it looks completely different than you and I, there's a lot of similar properties in the neurons there. They both fire action potentials in similar ways. And so what they do is they're going to remove the leg from the cockroach. And we consider ourselves a very green company because the cockroach's legs do grow back.
So what you see here is a discoid cockroach. They're feeder insects you can get at the pet store. They're about 60 cents per animal.
So they remove the legs and they place it into a little dish. And we've made a very special cable, which is basically two sewing needles that we've soldered on some wires that go into our solder box. And so, the spiker box. So when they switch they flip the switch on, there's a speaker in here which allows them to hear the electrical, the impulses that are going on. And so there's a number of experiments they can do with that.
Excellent.
Yeah. And we're working on the lab books that will show you how to do all these cool experiments with this and see the spikes and cause a change in the neural activity.
The idea is that we're going to first start by targeting high schools, and so we're going to try to get into the biology class, the laboratories and stuff like that. So instead of they do this right now. They have like sheep's brain that they can cut apart, but it's like the brain is such an amazing organ, but that when it's dead, it just looks like a bunch of fat, basically. So it's not very interesting. But if you get to actually hear and manipulate spikes, and you get to see an impulse, or the increases in the number of spikes that are going by. So they already learned something about neuroscience, which took many years for scientists to do. They can reproduce that right away in their school.
Backyard Brains, because the brain is more than just an organ for disease.
Backyard Brains, neuroscience for everyone.
Backyard Brains, you too can study the brain, and you don't need a PhD.
Backyard Brains, not only DARPA should be the ones that can control insects, you should be able to do that too.
I think that's all we have.
Okay. She said she wanted to hold a cockroach earlier.
No,
Okay.
I told her I am so cockroach.
These are new ones too. Okay.
Oh no.